video, Amanda confirmed that she did not renew her contract.
This should be around. What's up, guys? It's your girl Sammy back with another video, and today we're doing yet again another reaction video. Yes, a reaction video. And for this video, we catching up on the tea, you know, what's been going on with celebrities, you know, because we ain't really been focused on it. You feel me? We've been focused on everything else that's been going on in the world right now. But I mean, it's never too late to, you know, catch up on some tea. So today we're reacting to Amanda Seales is no longer on The Real. She quit the show. Really? Now look, if y'all don't remember, first it was Tamar. You know, they started with 5 of them. Tamar was one of the originals. She had got fired. There was tea behind that. They said that Lonnie was the reason. It was a whole mess. Then they kept trying to swap in people, you know, test the waters. But everybody only stayed for one episode until they said Amanda Seales was going to be a new host. And now she left. Something ain't adding up, but we gonna figure it out. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more of my videos. Also, let me know what other videos you guys want to see me react to in the comment section down below, and what other videos I should make in general in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, here we go. Empressive.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Empressive
she really
channel.
was a good addition to
the co-host from The Real, Amanda Seales, recently came out and said that she no longer will be on the show in the next coming season. Amanda revealed that she did not renew her contract because she doesn't feel comfortable in a space that won't allow her to freely voice her opinion when it comes to black issues. Now, when Amanda first joined The Real, she was met with a lot of resistance from The Real's fan base because Amanda is not like the other co-hosts on the show. She's very vocal when it comes to racial issues, and I do believe her voice on the show was very necessary, especially when it comes to the climate that we're in right now. I thought Amanda brought a lot of great things to The Real. She helped elevate the discussion on the panel, and she even encouraged some of the other co-hosts to speak more boldly about race and social issues on the show. However, a lot of viewers of the show did not like Amanda for various reasons. They didn't like her facial expressions because they felt like she was being rude when she would listen to the other co-hosts. They also felt like she was beefing with some of the co-hosts as well. In fact, they tried to create this issue between her and Jeannie.
And I mean, you and Jeannie have butted heads in a couple of different topics.
Have we?
That just kind of goes.
Stop. No, because you know what? We're not.
It comes to the territory, though, right?
No, that's not the territory we're coming from.
Yeah.
We're not butting heads, and I think it's very, very important, especially at a table of diversity.
People always try to start
very clearly delineate the difference between having a difference in opinion than butting heads. You'll know when I'm butting heads.
Why do you all think that someone sitting somewhere and looking up like this and listening means that they don't care? But at the end of the day, like if I'm looking up and I'm listening, that's really what's happening. And I think that there's so many folks that would really just love to see the conflict. So they will really just decide.
People always want the tea.
Oh, she must not be wanting to hear what the other ladies on The Real are saying. It's like, no.
So as you can see, Amanda was in a position where she had to address her critics because she got a lot of criticism. Also, a lot of fans of The Real, especially a lot of the white fans, were very uncomfortable when Amanda Seales would talk about race. Now, Amanda is very vocal when it comes to black issues in particular because that's something that she's very passionate about. So when she would bring light to that, people had issues with it, and I don't understand why, but they did. So I can imagine that Amanda may have had some talks with the executives from the show. They probably pulled her aside and said, hey, you might not want to talk too much about this. Our viewers are not receiving you well. So I can imagine that happened. I'm not saying that it did, but I can imagine they pulled her aside and said something to that effect. even though The Real is hosted by women of color,
Of
it's
color.
never been one of those shows that's been controversial or one of those shows that have consistently touched on sensitive or serious issues. The Real didn't even post about the Ahmaud Arbery discussion they had on their YouTube page because it's a sensitive topic and they knew YouTube couldn't pay them for it, and also they didn't want to offend some of the viewers who watched the show.
But I just saw the video of the 25-year-old young man, Ahmaud Arbery, in Georgia. And they have video of him being gunned down by these two white men with guns who felt that he was running in their neighborhood and they needed to go take him out. And they have video of it. They have video of them taking this young man's life. And he's literally just jogging through the neighborhood and they cut him off with their truck. And he's running and they shoot him in his stomach and he's trying to keep running and he falls to the ground. And I sit here every day on this show and I go in our comments and I see people say, why does she always talk about race? Why do we always talk about black people? Why are we always talking about, why can't we just sit up here and have a good time? Because things like this are actually happening.
Now, The Real never posted this discussion on their YouTube page, and it's clear that they're careful about putting certain topics out there because they want to walk on eggshells when it comes to real issues. The Real is not like The View. It's always been more of a lighthearted show. So when Amanda came on there, she did kind of shift the direction of the show. And I think in a lot of ways, she challenged some of the other ladies to be more vocal when it comes to social issues. And I like the fact that she was able to do that. But the fans of The Real weren't all too pleased with her presence. And she was constantly nitpicked and bullied by some of the fans. So I do think that Amanda just decided, hey, you know what? I'm tired of being in this space. I'm tired of the people up top trying to control my voice, and I'm tired of these fans getting upset every time I talk about issues that are important to me.
Right.
So she did not renew her contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I feel her though.
Here's the rock.
I have a rock because my contract is up at The Real and I did not renew it because it doesn't feel good to my soul to be at a place where I cannot speak to my people the way they need to be spoken to, and where the people who are speaking to me in disparaging ways are not being handled.
Right.
I'm not in a space where I can, as a full black woman, have my voice and my coworkers also have their voices, and where the people at the top are not respecting the necessity for black voices to be at the top too. So, you know, you reach a point, like even when it just comes to Hollywood in general, you've seen me transform into a way that I just can't function in this place the same way. I can't. They play NYPD and I'm loyal. People are like, Amanda, you need your own show. I want a show called The Big Seals. That's what, if I'm gonna do a show, it's gonna be called The Big Seals, and I'm gonna be talking my shit, and I'm gonna have my characters, and then Brandon gonna come on.
My
and
characters. I have my characters.
my characters. You know, like, and it's really gonna be rooted in the awareness of my autochthonous being and understanding that, you know, one thing I love about Brandon and one thing that has kept us bonded, like Brandon and I have been bonded since 1998. Like we had, no, January 5th, 1999. That's when we met. We met January 5th, 1999. And we have been tight ever since. And I think on a basic level, it's because we both come from the same mindset of like, whenever we create as artists, it comes from two basic bottom lines. It needs to serve our creative hearts as well as give the people social change. It needs to meet those two standards on a basic level. And I think for a lot of folks listening and watching, it's like, look at what you do in your life. And you do need to identify, like, what are your tent poles that you make moves on? Because I know a lot of us do shit just for bread. And there is a luxury in not having to do shit just for bread. That is a full fact. Like, I am so... I have gratitude every morning. I wake up with gratitude every morning that I found myself to, I've created a life for myself where I don't have to do things just for money, where I can be like, y'all can keep that.
I'm good. Right.
But I think a lot of that has also come from like my own confidence that like, I'll find the bread, you know, in a manner that serves me.
Right.
So in that video, Amanda
Preach, sis.
confirmed that she
Preach.
did not renew her
You should
contract,
be
and
real.
also she's not that pressed for money to stay on a platform that does not suit her. She did also hint that somebody behind the scenes was talking in a disparaging way towards her, and they were not checked. So that's also why she won't be returning. And I do hope she goes into detail about that on her podcast, Small Doses. Now, there are
Sure,
some people who don't believe that Amanda decided to end her contract.
And they think she
Some
got
people
fired?
are saying that maybe Amanda was fired. Now, I was scrolling on the Neighborhood Talk 2 on Instagram. Shout out to them. Under the comments, Amanda did say this: laughing my tail off at the second picture. That was the day I decided. Y'all should have known it was a wrap when I showed up on daytime television with 3 cornrows. Protect your peace, y'all. Now, one person in the comments said she had a 3-year contract. She was fired. Amanda responded and said this:
What?
I don't know what sickness exists in these folks that they feel the need to 1, throw shade on strangers, 2, speak about things they don't know. I hope you get the vaccine though, because you are incorrect. She also said, you know what's trippy? We've been so conditioned to assume the worst, expect ulterior motives, and catch folks in lies
True.
that even when folks state things plain, so many attempt to create alternative narratives
Right.
than just accepting what's been said as what is true. Real ones know I do not lie. 100 all day. F this Hollywood game of fraudulence for fame, and much love to y'all who ride with me and wake up every day to be our best selves. Fight the power. So that was Amanda's response to people saying that
She
she
got
got
fired.
fired. And I think she was speaking generally as well. She was speaking more so about what she said in the video. She's just over the fakeness in Hollywood, and she wants to move on from the real. Even though I'm going to miss Amanda's presence on the show, because I do think she added a lot to the show, I do think she's better suited for another show. Like I said before, The Real is really a talk show that discusses lighthearted topics.
That is true.
And every once in a while, they will touch on controversial issues, but for the most part, they try to stay away from that. And Amanda Seales is not the type to censor herself when it comes to real issues, especially
But they knew
issues
that though, so why
affect
would they put her
Black
on the show in the
people.
first place?
I do agree with her when she said the show is just not the best platform for her. So I do wish her the best in all her future endeavors, and I wish the other ladies the best as well. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this.
Okay, guys, we're gonna stop there. But I don't understand something. If going into the show, like, they knew who she was and how her mouth was and how her thinking process and everything was, why would they put her on the show in the first place? Because they knew it would be controversial putting her as a host. So to pull her aside and be like, yeah, you can't say certain stuff like this, you can't talk about this. Y'all knew that's who she was. Y'all know she didn't have a filter. And just because she got put on the show, y'all thought that was going to change? No, she's going to stay the exact same way she was. So to limit her is kind of crazy because y'all knew what it was from jump. And then, I mean, I condone her for leaving because, like she said, she don't need to stay somewhere. She don't have to stay. She would have to stay if she was doing it for money. Like, all just aside, if she had to do it for money, she would have no choice but to stay. But she, like she said, she's at a position in her life where she don't got to do certain stuff for money. She can do it if she wants to do it. She don't have to do stuff that she don't feel comfortable with doing. She only can do stuff that suits her character and what her mindset, you know, for her, basically. And I condone her for that. I mean, I just feel like you should do what's best for you. Live your best life, sis. If you don't feel comfortable, don't stay. If they want to try to lower you to, you know, something that you feel less than, don't stay. And another thing is, I hate people who try to tell other people what's their own business. Like, one thing people need to understand is you have to believe the person, whatever they're saying, until receipts show otherwise. If there's no receipts to show that she's lying, you can't say that she's lying just based off your own mind, feeling like she's lying, or making up a made-up story in your own head because you think she's lying. No, you have to have actual receipts. You can't just call somebody a liar like, because I think you lying. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. And what she said is true. Like, the world has become a place where even if somebody tells you the truth, you're going to find an old narrative and make up a whole other story besides what the truth is, because you think you know and you don't really know. But I mean, now that I see why she left the show. I condone her for leaving. I get it, you know. If you don't feel comfortable, you know, you're gonna dip. It be like that. With anything in life, it really be like that. But let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know your opinions on it, the whole matter, the whole situation. And I'm gonna definitely see you guys for the next video. Bye.
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and like this video.